Alrighty, our last segment today is the corporate rare units. Probably my favorite kind of rare units. Just the weirdos that you see at work and you just kind of have to deal with day to day. I think all of us have a few examples. I'll just quickly start with mine. So a guy I used to work with back at my old accounting firm a couple of years ago, my manager, massive climate change denier, just at all times and all costs, just no matter what. He even brought like evidence. I don't even know where he found this evidence, but he would bring it in and argue with the directors of the company that climate change it was all a hoax.
What were his arguments? What were some of them?
I don't even remember, man. It was just
like, was he denying science?
Yes, he was denying science. Yeah. He was just calling like all the scientists like it's all a massive conspiracy by like the World Health Organization and like the CSIRO was all in it together.
Yeah. So what would his evidence be? Like other reports and stuff?
Yeah, correct.
No, the classic evidence is like the Earth was hot, 15,000 years ago.
I think that's what it was.
And then it became cool, and then it becomes hot again. It's just cycles
like it's
and cycles.
always been like that. Like it's nothing different now. It just always goes through those cycles.
We're all the reports by Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was just entertaining, just watching him go back and forth.
No, but I don't understand how he can continue bringing this up, going head to head against the director. Like, how is that so
he was good at his job. He was a very good accountant.
No, but why is he so passionate about this that he has to bring it up?
So after a while, it just became a thing where we're like, oh, let's just try and G him up today to get a bit of entertainment. So you just bring something up and just let him go. You just start him up and let him go, and then just
how's your weekend? Oh, it was good. It was a bit more hot than usual.
Yeah.
And you just sit back for the next 20 minutes and just entertainment.
That's good. That is good.
Another one at KPMG, my mate Baz, I've said this one before, would walk into the kitchen, pick up a kiwi and just eat it, just skin and all.
No.
Just raw dog it. Raw dog a kiwi fruit with the skin.
You ever tried a kiwi fruit with skin, Ox?
With skin?
With skin?
No.
Just take a bite like that.
Like an apple.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's just not right.
Like I feel that's more common than you think, though.
It's not. I've never seen anyone else do this.
I've seen it, online. Maybe that's
standing
different.
with him in the kitchen, and he'd be looking you in the eye, just eating, having a conversation, eating a kiwi, just raw dogging,
picking the hairs out of his mouth while he talks to you.
Is that a nature or nurture thing? You think he's grown up with this, or like his parents have done this, so he's done this, or he's just, that's just how I think. Intuitively, that's how I think I should eat it.
I don't know. I think it might be a bit of nurture. I reckon he said that someone in his family did it as well, so he just picked it up like that. The final one. Again, previous job, this guy came in on a Monday and said, guys, over the weekend, I bought pepper spray, a riot shield, and then a shower head that turns into a spear.
What for?
And he's like, I'm preparing for like a zombie takeover, like a survival thing. And literally that weekend, he said he was going out into the wilderness to survive for like 3 days.
What, dude?
No context whatsoever.
Okay, so what are the 3 items? Riot shield?
Right. He bought a riot. At least you think of something out of like COD Warzone for like fucking zombies. He had a freaking riot shield, pepper spray, and a shower head that you press a button and a spear comes out the top.
Why does he need a shower? Does he think mid-shower the zombies are going to come?
Apparently, you need to be prepared at all times and all costs. And this guy was like this scrawny Asian guy as well. I'm like, bro, you're fine, man. Don't worry about it.
Who's this inventor who's like, you know what? We'll make a shower head. And then we'll attach a spear on the end of it, just in case. Like, that's a ridiculous.
So we were all convinced this guy's going to be on the list. Like, he's 100% on some like ASIO list.
Well, we have like,
you can't be searching these sort of things and buying it as well.
No, that's a bit.
Where do you even get a riot shield?
Apparently, he bought it on Amazon. I don't know if that's true, but he said he bought it on Amazon.
So is it a toy riot shield or a proper riot shield?
Us looked like it was like a human-sized riot shield.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't know where you buy that.
That is.
And he said in the end, he went to like some family campsite as well. So I'm like, did you really test your gear out? Like, how much survival could you do in a family campsite?
I mean, the pepper spray I'll allow. The riot shield. I mean, again, if you believe an apocalypse is coming, maybe you need it. But the shower head turns spear is where I draw the line. I think that's an unnecessary purchase.
Oh, actually, I've got one more story about this guy. We had a meeting, like, let's say it was like 12 to 1. And he's like, oh, dude, I've got a really important meeting. I've got to leave at 12:30. And in our old building, you could actually see down into the cafeteria. And at 12:30, we just see this guy walk down and order his food. He just left because he was hungry.
Wait, what?
He's like, oh, I've got a really urgent call. I need to take at 12:30. There was no call. He was just hungry. So he just went down, ordered his lunch. And we could literally see him ordering his lunch. What a clown.
Is he doing well now? You know?
He got asked to leave.
That's fair enough. All right, Ox, you got a couple of rare units, I believe, in your... Because people wouldn't know, Ox, mate. You're not just a full-time kebab reviewer.
No.
You too work corporate job.
This was a shock to me, by the way.
I have worked in corporate for the last, since I was 20 to 35, 15 years,
15
I got
years.
15 years of corporate. I'm not at your level yet. I'm nowhere near as experienced as you guys in picking in these fine observations in the offices. So I really respect you guys and the podcast for that. And, but yeah, there are always some rare units.
So let's hear
I've got a quick thing. I remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about what you can eat at the office, right? Whether you can eat Macca's, for example,
Yeah.
Ray's office. Are you eating kebabs at work? Is that like in the office? Is that
Yeah, of course.
what would you think if someone's eating kebab? Because we talked about if someone is bringing McDonald's or KFC into the office, they kind of get outcasted.
Yeah,
they're a
they're
bit of a unhealthy weirdo type. Ro did that once. He brought Macca's into the office and he got lambasted, I think.
Yeah, because people, I think in the office, at least the places that I've worked at, there's like an emphasis on health and eating,
Okay.
like your cali presses, your fish bowls, like all this sort of thing. If you come with McDonald's into the office or KFC or something like that, people give you a strange look potentially.
And then there's the one older office worker that'll come past me like, that's not healthy for you, Ro.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be eating that every day, Ro. Like she's your mother at work or something.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
She eats like 2
100%.
walnuts for lunch or something.
Yeah, no. but you're the kebab guy. Like maybe that's more accepted.
Now-
Like, they know you're doing your side hustle.
Having said that, I do have, lunch was an annoying thing for me because whatever I'd get, you can't find. So for example, Pizza Hut, I would go to the kebab shop and get the chicken from the kebab shop. Go to the Pizza Hut guy and tell him to put this chicken on the pizza
Why?
because that chicken tastes better than the chicken they're using,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
So-
hang on.
I've heard of custom orders. This is the
This
next
is- yeah,
level.
this is like a buy store, like it's,
When we asked at the top of the episode, what's a rare thing you've done? You could have said this, bro. This is crazy. Imagine that. You're going to lunch with your colleagues. Oh, can we drop by the kebab shop for 1 second?
Metro one, please. Yeah.
Gets a box of chicken. It's like, let's get Pizza Hut now.
Donor meat first. And then
and like for example, he'd have like a small pide there, right?
Yeah.
You know what pides are, right? Like,
yeah.
yeah. So it'd have like cheese and spinach in there, and I'd be like, "Can you cut it open and chuck some chicken in there and some sauce?"
that
And
sounds
like,
delightful though.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Same venue, do whatever you want, mate.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cross
so-
venue, that's a lot. That's a lot.
cross venue, that's perfect. Yeah. So
Did you ask
even
for a-
Subway? I used to take chicken to Subway.
I was actually going to say Subway would
yeah.
be sick to do that.
yeah.
You asked for a discount? Like, can I get a chicken teriyaki sub?
I'll pay for the same because they would they'll flip out and be like, "No, we can't do that," and I'm like, "I'll pay you the same as the normal." You're making money on this. So
Yeah.
I'm using my chicken, not yours. And they're thinking, like, yeah, like I am saving product. Yeah, all right, we'll do it.
Wait, so you brought cooked chicken? Like,
Yeah.
you
So I'll
asked
get
them
the
to cook
cooked
it?
chicken from there, and then I'll take it over to Pizza Hut, and I'll be like, "Here, grab the chicken,
Yeah,
put that chicken in the pizza,
yeah.
and then they'll do it."
That's crazy.
I think I've given everyone in Sydney an idea now.
That's
because I don't know if anyone
no
that
one's
does it.
going to do this. I don't have a chicken man on hand that I can just bring the meat.
Any kebab shop will give you some chicken.
Will they?
Yeah. You can just get a tub of chicken and just take it.
But then,
Yeah.
you've told about the suppliers now, so I've got to find the right ones with the good suppliers. You know what I mean?
But yeah, one thing that was annoying about lunch was whatever I'd make or whatever I'd get, it would be something that I'm just bored of food. Like, so I'd do these things. And whenever I'd bring it, there'd always be this one, again, old auntie or uncle come past me. Oh, what is that? Where'd you get that from? Now explain to this guy that I went to the kebab shop and I got chicken from him. And then I went over to the Pizza Hut and I told them to do it this. Or, I got this salad from that store and then I got that chicken and I put it in with the noodles and I mixed the chicken in with the noodles and the salad. And it was just a nightmare to try and explain, and they never care. They never care what you're having. They come and they say, "Oh, what's that? That looks really nice." Well, you're not going to get it, are you? Why are you asking me what I'm having? You've asked me 8 times what I've had the same, and you've never gone and got it yourself. So you don't pretend you're being excited in my food. Just walk along.
Jog on, mate.
Just seriously, enough, auntie. Like, just move on. Stop telling Ro that he's eating unhealthy.
Yeah.
Stop asking me what I'm eating. Just go and heat your food up in your microwave that you cooked last night, and it kills me, man. But anyway, that's my little rant about the office.
Yeah. The rare units. Oh,
The rare units. God, we had one rare unit, Ro. This bloke, he had a commentator, NRL commentator's voice.
yeah.
So let me just set the scene.
Yeah.
NRL commentator's voice, right? And let's just call him Mick. His name's not Mick, but let's just call him Mick.
Could
right
be.
now.
You don't know.
You never know.
He's not Mick. He has such a great Australian name, but it's not Mick. And this bloke would go in every morning to the TAB, get some horse tickets, and and I think every time his ticket won, he'd make this random noise in a workplace of silence. He'd just go, "Mah." I'm telling you, the ladies closer to him were just shocked of their lives, right? And I'm thinking, ladies, you've worked with the guy for 30 years. You'd know by now that every time his horse wins, I guess, that he goes, "Mah," just random skit, and I was just like, oh, it's a random tick.
Yeah.
But that's not the highlight of him. The highlight of him was when you caught yourself in the toilet with the bloke.
Hey?
in the toilet. He's in one of the cubicles and you're in the other one. And damn, anytime people knew he was going into the toilet, they'd leave because you cannot not laugh. Because he commentates his own.
No way. Are you
He
serious?
commentates his toilet and he's a long ass fart followed by a plonker. He'd be like, oh, that was a big one. And with an NRL commentator's voice.
It's like Ray Warren. Yeah.
And damn, obviously there's a first, right? So when I'm in there and I hear him and he's like, oh, that was a long one. Oh, that one's going to hurt.
But he's hyping it up, right? So he's like, oh,
he's like, this one's going to hurt. Here we go. I'm just listening to all of this and I'm just snickering and laughing. And he's like, who's that? I'm the one that's the problem.
You're the weirdo,
in
bro.
the toilet. I'm the weirdo.
I thought he was doing it because he knew other people were there, so he's trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Look, he would do it on and off, but when he was doing it, I'm assuming, again, when his horses won, you're on a high, so you're, over 5 furlongs, you're just, This bloke, oh, Mick. But yeah, he was a kid. That was one of the rarest units.
That
pretty
is
funny.
unbelievably
That is.
rare. That is unbelievably rare.
To no one's surprise, he was the head of the union as well for for the department.
I feel like only the big dogs can get away with this sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? They're untouchable. If you're doing this in the toilets and your director hears you commentating your own dumps, you're not standing a chance, brother.
They're firing you immediately.
Yeah.
It's weirdo.
I mean, but on what grounds? Why can't I
They'll
commentate
find
my own
something.
poop?
They'll find something.
They'll find a reason.
They always find something.
You're a weirdo.
I have one. Okay, so let me know if this is actually a rare unit because the guy who it was a previous workplace. He was younger and he was basically like a summer intern, right? So he's not a full-time job. It's like his first ever real corporate job. And we worked at a tech company. We were selling software. So it was pretty casual. No one was wearing suits or anything like that. It was, you're wearing just jeans and a t-shirt really. But in the summer when it was a hot day, he would come in with a singlet and shorts and thongs. That was his attire. And then he was he just used to book meetings. So he used to call people. And every time he would book a meeting, he was like your mate. He would just start yelling because I think he thought it was like a Wolf of Wall Street type situation. So when he booked a meeting, he would put down his phone and just yell, "Yeah, buddy!" like Ronnie Coleman, lightweight, just screaming. And so let me know, is that rare or is that just youthful exuberance?
I think
It's rare because you read the room. If no one else is doing it, why are you doing it?
So
if you work at a Wolf of Wall Street type vibe, go ahead.
If everyone was doing it, yeah.
So we have the singlets and shorts.
That's
Thoughts
weird.
on that?
That's weird. Was anyone else ever in
No.
singlets and shorts?
No. Shorts,
What are
maybe,
you
not
wearing to the
singlets.
office? What's the vibe?
I'm t-shirt, jeans. That's
Always long pants.
always long.
Ever
pants.
shorts?
Never
Did
shorts.
you say thongs as well?
Thongs as well. The
You can't
Havaianas.
get the puppies out.
The Havaianas were out.
You got closed shoes in the office, always, please.
I did
A bit of
it.
respect to everyone else.
I sometimes nowadays I sometimes rock up in Birks. But that's the environment was there.
Are your toes out?
Yeah, toes out.
That's disgusting.
I'm thinking you're rare, bro.
Really?
You've dobbed
That's-
yourself in.
yeah.
That's rare, mate.
I think only women can do that, obviously with their high heels or whatever. But if you're a
Open-toed.
bloke, dude, get the steel cap boots or some shit.
So you think you can't
Hide the puppies.
What if I was wearing the long socks Birks combination like I am now?
Well, I guess it depends on where, your kind of.
To be
office,
fair,
right?
the Birks situation was in Bondi Junction. It wasn't a Whatso there. It was just backpackers working. I was like, I can't be wearing shoes.
Irish birds and
Yeah, I was the rare person wearing. If I was wearing shoes, I was rare.
Yeah,
we were
okay.
barefoot basically. But this bloke yelling, yeah, buddy. To be fair, I think the reason why he thought it was a Wolf of Wall Street type environment was because we had a gong, and if someone closed a deal, they would just like smash the gong. Like that was kind of the vibe.
What kind of a circus did you work at?
I thought thongs and shorts and things were like banned for casual wear on Fridays. Is that not the case with all offices? Or, I mean, because I worked in like larger banks, or, corporate banks.
Banks,
so
I feel like you're not,
Coming from banks, you wouldn't. They would throw you out the building if you showed up in shorts.
it's like it's still got not a button-up shirt. It can be casual, but you can't have any print on the shirt. Or it's like then I'll just wear my normal clothes. Like
yeah,
very old school.
Yeah,
But I
very
think
old school.
Tech companies and sales places, I think it's a lot more laissez-faire.
Laissez-faire.
Wear whatever you want.
The other rare unit I have actually was a woman I used to work with. She made it her mission all the time to be the first one at work. So her thing was like, I need to be the first person at work every day. I don't know, maybe it's like a cultural thing. She felt like she had to be there working hard, this and that, right? So then one of the mums basically had to, she wanted to pick her kids up. So she was like, can I work my hours from 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. so I can pick up my
Start
kids?
early, end early.
That's kind of vibe, right? And then when this lady heard that she was doing the 7 a.m. starts, she rocks up at 6:30.
oh my God.
And it was just like this weird tick that she had to be the first person at work at all times.
Was she leaving early as well?
No, she was finishing at, appropriate hours, but she just had to be there.
So she was doing like 11-hour days.
Yeah, 11-hour days for no reason. And this mum, she's like roasting this mum because now it's like a competition and she thinks that she's winning. It was just bizarre.
So she's taking pride in the fact that she's first.
Correct.
What would she do when she gets to work?
Well, she would just start early. She would just rock up, mate.
She would work.
Job begins.
She'd actually work.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there at 6:30 to supervise.
Exactly. She wants you to believe she's working.
Maybe, probably. You're probably right.
She's probably twiddling her thumbs or something, waiting for the first person to walk in the door, and she's got a script ready.
I know, but just twiddle your thumbs at home. Like, just be normal.
In bed.
In bed. Like, why are you rocking to work at 6:30 to beat this mum who has to pick up her kids?
That is rare behavior.
Just unbelievably
Do you have
rare.
another one, Ox?
I do. I have a rare moment.
All right, go on.
One of my all-time moments in office.
It was you.
It was, no, I'm not the rare. We had a bloke that was a rare unit.
Sounds like he might be the rare one. Let's wait and see what's going to happen.
The call was good. That's why I like this one. But him and I were gunning for 2IC, and then I had a motorbike accident. So he got 2IC.
Okay.
Official, congratulations. And so when I got back to work, he's 2ICing now. He's role shadowing, but 2ICing. And he palms off one of his work tasks over to me. And he said, can you do credit cards today? I'm like, okay, I'll do it. You're the boss. I'll listen to you. No problem. And so I'm thinking he's got a ton on his plate, but he's got jack shit to do. So this annoys me. But whatever, do your part. You're not 2IC, he is. And out of respect, I'm doing the work, pumping, everything out. And it's about 1, 2 o'clock and it's just quiet. Everyone's working now, trying to get work out and finish for the day.
Yeah.
He asked this dumb question to one of the aunties, one of the older women in the workplace. And he's like, Amy, have you listened to Tupac when you were younger? And like silence. And then this question just comes over the fence. You know that this guy's doing nothing and he's just trying to start some conversation.
Yeah. He's too bad.
And the room is ice at the moment, stop, don't try and break it. Let the ice just, let us work and let us finish our job and go.
Yeah.
And I'm already annoyed because I'm doing your work as well.
So you're doing the work so he could ask
This idiot
such
is asking about
important
Tupac
questions.
in your-
Exactly. So, and then Amy's like, I'm not too sure. Like, I may have listened to him when I was younger. Yeah. Do you remember this song? Do you remember that song? And, obviously at this point you understand he's a bit Middle Eastern, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
in his name, we'll name him James.
Okay.
Middle Eastern James. And he's just asking, and he's already not going on with this conversation, but he's forcing it. And I'm like, can James? Anyway, then he goes, do you remember when he died? Do you remember when Tupac died, Amy? And I'm just like, fucking off. And I just screamed out. And there's about 30 people on the floor. And I just screamed out, he died when you were sucking on your mum's tits. That broke the ice. Everyone died laughing. Everyone was just crying at this point now. And he gets up and he runs over to the other room. Starts writing up an email. I did not appreciate the way you spoke to me.
What?
Oh, dude.
What a coward.
And this was once a week, twice a week. He would email people about behaviors of theirs that he didn't appreciate. That was his rare moment. Like that was his rare unit thing like that he had on him. But yeah, that was a story of James, and that was just.
So were you just sitting there, just getting more and more angry?
as
As this guy tries to make conversation with Amy.
People felt the build up in that. Like they felt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, I'm doing your work.
Yeah.
I haven't been to RC, so I'm burning about that as well.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie. Let's be honest. And and now you're trying to start some dumbass conversation
Yeah.
with a woman who lives on the North Shore who probably never listened to Tupac, maybe once, twice, as a hooligan, like in her hooligan days.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't know anything about Tupac. You're talking to her like she knows Tupac's biography. When did he die? When is he? And I was just like, bro, he died when you were sucking on your mum's tits. This call for me was like probably one of the best in office, and I did not get fired because back then they never used to fire people for things like that. It was just like,
You could just say
guys,
anything, get
don't
away
do
with
it again, and then move on. There was no HR case, there was no Channel 7 reporting, there was nothing like that back then. That was when office was good.
Yeah. Good time.
Good
Whatever
time.
happened to that guy? Whatever happened to James?
God, James, what's he doing now? He's probably in Saudi Arabia working on some oil rig. Who knows?
Oh.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't know now. No, I think he's got like a 6-figure salary somewhere now. Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing
Doing
well
all
for
right.
himself. He's doing all right.
Got
Okay,
any?
I don't have any, but would you rather that, like a room of that happening, or you put something in Slack and get like 100 laugh reacts or something? Because that's like the modern day equivalent, I
That's
feel.
it. I'd rather the actual laughs than the laugh
Yeah, the
reacts.
actual laugh.
Yeah.
Because if you're chucking out, calls like this, especially because it seems like no one really likes James as well. And you could just keep
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying what everyone was thinking.
thinking. And so everyone appreciated that, I reckon. That was
I felt that. That's
Yeah.
what I felt like. That laugh was like, thank you. And
Yeah.
then when he left, it was like, thank you. We can work now,
Yeah, get out of here, James.
Also,
People's champ.
if you wrote what he said on Slack, like the words alone seems a lot more aggressive than if you just said it. Like
Yeah.
saying it sounds like a joke, but if you write it, it sounds like you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
sounds like an
committed a hate
insult.
crime.
Yeah.
There's evidence. That's the problem.
Well, that as well.
Evidence, that's right.